Merlin Sports. It's that time of the week again, and our best bets of the week are here. Let's start with Merlin's Lock of the Week. For our first matchup, we have the Washington Commanders visiting New York to play the Giants in an NFC East battle. Washington sits at 3-3 and is coming off a road win over Atlanta last week, winning the game by a score of 24-16. Washington has been inconsistent this season, but Sam Howell had a fair game last time out, throwing for 3 touchdown passes and no interceptions against a decent Atlanta defense. Washington's defense also forced 3 turnovers last week, so they are bringing high confidence in this matchup with the Giants. The Giants started backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor last week in a tough matchup against the Buffalo Bills defense, losing a low-scoring battle in which they led for most of the game, 14-9. Starting quarterback Daniel Jones' status is still in question as they are not sure he will suit up. In either event, the Giants have not scored an offensive touchdown since Week 3. The key matchup is which offense is going to score in this game, and based on their season play, Washington has proved more capable of scoring points, and the Giants' offense has just been anemic. They can barely score, and they give up a ton of sacks and QB pressure, something which Washington should be able to take advantage. Take Washington to win and cover the spread of 3 points. Next, let's turn our attention to the dog of the week. The 5-1 Detroit Lions travel to Baltimore to take on the 4-2 Ravens in what should be a good matchup. The Lions continue to impress as they have been consistently good every week, even in their only defeat in overtime in Week 2. They put up points, they win low-scoring grind games, they're getting great play from both sides of the ball, offense and defense. They're coming off a 20-6 road victory over the Tampa Bay Bucks, where they just bottled up the Bucks offense. On the other side, Baltimore is coming off a 24-16 victory over Tennessee Titans last week in London, England. So the long flights there and back and shortened prep time for their matchup with Detroit, Baltimore has been good but not great so far this season. They're still rounding out their game, and they're 2-2 in their last 4 games. This should be a great game to watch, as Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson should be a good head-to-head QB matchup. These teams stack up well against each other, so we expect a competitive matchup. Detroit is the team that is executing more consistently week to week, so I like Detroit's defense to bottle up Lamar Jackson, and Jared Goff does just enough to win in this low-scoring affair. Take Detroit to cover the point spread, even if they lose this game, it'll be a close game. Next, we have our bonus pick of the week, and this week we're going into New England, where the 4-2 Buffalo Bills travel to take on the 1-5 New England Patriots in an AFC East matchup. Buffalo has been good this season, but they're expected to be great, and they'll need to be to challenge for an AFC title this season. They're coming up off of dull 14-9 road victory over the New York Giants, where they needed a late fourth quarter touchdown just to barely beat the Giants. The Patriots, on the other hand, have been a dumpster fire, winning only 1 game so far. But it's the way they're losing. They've lost 3 straight, and they were blown out in 2 of those 3 losses. So much so that starting quarterback Mac Jones was benched. Belichick is starting to lose his shine in New England with the horrendous play so far this season. And this week, things don't get any better, as Buffalo should dominate this game, as New England just doesn't have the personnel at this point to compete with Buffalo in this game. So take Buffalo straight up to beat up New England by at least a touchdown. Well, that does it for this week's picks. Let's see how we did last week. It was a grind week, and our overall record sits at 9-9.